Welcome everyone. Today is World Tai Chi and Qigong Day, and we're all glad you're here. So here's the deal. Every year, on the last Saturday in April, people all around the world gather in public parks, just like the gem of our city of Dallas, Klyde Warren Park, to participate in and practice Tai Chi and Qigong. And this is the 7th year we've held this here at Klyde Warren. So I'm thrilled to see a few familiar faces and some new ones. Those of you who just came to the park and didn't even know it was going to be World Tai Chi Day, don't worry. You're welcome to join in too. Here's what we're going to do today. We're going to do a little bit of a demonstration for you. We've got the world famous Master Wuzong Jia here from the Hubei province in China. And some of Master Jia's students and lead instructors who've trained with him over the years from Hubei Chinese Martial Arts Institute here in Richardson are going to run a demonstration for us. After the demonstration, we're going to try all this stuff out. Anybody that wants to is welcome to try. If we have a small group, we'll do it here on the stage. Probably many of the folks out there in the crowd are going to come. We'll fill the lawn, who knows. And then we'll do a little bit of Qigong. But I want you to know how special of a day this is. World Tai Chi Day, the worldwide slogan for it is one world, one breath. And that's because all around the world today, people are practicing these ancient Chinese internal arts, which are known throughout the world and backed throughout the world by a whole wealth of medical and healthcare research to help people with balance, to help people with strength, help people with posture, and even more importantly, help people relax. I don't know about you, but I know the world could use a little bit more relaxation right now. So we're going to pass this deep breath of relaxation around the world today through practicing Tai Chi and Qigong. But first, I want you to see what it looks like when it's practiced at a really high level. So allow me to introduce to you the world famous Master Wuzong Jia and some of his students from Hubei Chinese Martial Arts Institute in Richardson. Come on out. And while they demonstrate for us, I'm just going to talk through a little bit about Tai Chi with you. What you're seeing now is a nice opening motion. Some people call it drawing the silk. Some people call it opening the gates. And the idea here is that Tai Chi allows a practitioner to move slowly, a form of action meditation. While there's a fighting application to every single technique that these fellows are showing you, you're also seeing that Tai Chi is a widely accepted and tremendously popular form of exercise that helps people age gracefully. Because you see, there's not a lot of high impact or heavy impact straining their joints. And yet, throughout each motion, you see how practicing Tai Chi allows people to improve flexibility. You see the tremendous amount of concentration it takes, especially at a place like Klyde Warren Park where there's so much exciting stuff happening. And you see why it's not even just about physical health. The Tai Chi studies have occurred out there to help people with things like ADHD, with things like recovering brain function and cognitive function if possible after things like brain injuries. And hopefully you see this slow weight shifting these gentlemen are doing allows a Tai Chi practitioner to improve balance, coordination. I don't want you to look at this and think, gosh, I could never do it. Because one of the reasons Tai Chi is a really popular form of exercise is the doing of Tai Chi not only helps with these health conditions, has these health benefits, but also you get to employ a lot of practice. So what you're seeing here is a result of a lot of years of hard work. One thing that's really popular about Tai Chi is the slow movement and deep breathing that a practitioner employs. And you can see how, if you're focused on the movements, if you're focused on coordination, if you're focused on the breathing that's involved, hopefully you can see why it's a really good form of what people call action meditation. Because it's hard to let the mind wander off into the future or trail off into the past if you're trying to perform these techniques. What's so interesting about all this stuff is the origin of Tai Chi. A lot of people think it started in the Chen village in China. Chen style has a lot of movements, kind of like you just saw, that are faster, explosive movements. And that's probably why Tai Chi Chuan, the name Tai Chi has, translates to Grand Ultimate Fist, or some people call it Supreme Ultimate Fist. Because these are movements that if you sped them up, have a lot of potential for fighting and self-defense. But any real Tai Chi martial artist will tell you the real benefit isn't in learning how to fight or defend yourself, although that's helpful. The real benefit is the persistence it takes to practice and improve. So that was the Tai Chi 42 you just saw. Let's give these gentlemen a big round of applause. Thank you. And now what we're going to do is we're going to invite all of you that want to join in on this. Why don't we invite you out with our group size, maybe onto the stage, and then Master John, and Mark and Steve, maybe you guys can move back. We'll move the cameras. What if we invite you out here onto the stage to learn? Master Ja, I'm going to give him the microphone. And how about this, sir? What if you come this way? Yeah. This way you can talk through the technique. Okay. How about coming on out and facing us here? Anybody that wants to try is welcome. World Tai Chi Day is a day where we get to try to help people experience this stuff. Should I bring one of these up there? Okay, great. And we get a rare pleasure here, people. We get the opportunity to learn from Master Ja, who is very humble. He wouldn't tell you that he went to college in China for martial arts. He's trained his entire life with this stuff. So we're really lucky to get to learn from him today. How about this though? Those of you who are joining us to practice, just make sure when you reach out, you don't whack anybody, okay? And we're going to learn some Tai Chi now from Master Jia. Then we're going to try our hand at a little Qigong. If you want to join us, you're welcome to. You let me know what you want me to tell you. Okay, so Master Jia is going to have us run through a traditional Yang family 10 form. So we'll begin by drawing the wrists up. You can just follow his lead and sink. Let's get the left palm coming up, right arm back, pulsing the monkey. Press forward and pull back. And then get it on the other side. Stepping to your left. Brush the knee and palm strike. Turning into your right, you can brush the knee and palm strike again. Gathering up the ball. Part the wild horse's mane to the left. Gathering the ball. Parting the wild horse's mane to the right. Now, do some cloud hands, what some people call waving hands like a cloud. There's a beautiful side step involved here with cloud hands. We move into rooster on one leg. Each side. Lock up and kick with the right. Lock up and kick with the left. You see how this is a good balance challenge? Here we go with some grasping sparrow's tail. Pressing forward. Floating the palms down. Other side. This is such a great form because it offers a lot of side-to-side consistency. If you think about learning any skill, the name of the game is practice, practice, practice. Closing of the form, gathering up some chi. What is chi, you might wonder? Chi is life force energy. Some people think it's all around the universe. Some people think maybe chi is really just improved blood flow. Who knows? We're going to repeat it again. So the first couple times you go through this, it feels a little bit like, what on earth are we doing? But then usually, after a few repetitions, you start to feel a little bit of comfort or familiarity with some of the movements. So now brush the knee and palm strike towards the restaurant. And then turn to brush the knee and palm strike towards the street. Sway and gather up the ball, parting towards the restaurant, and then turning the other way, gathering the ball to part towards the street. Here comes cloud hands. You face the front of the stage. You gently wave your arms around like you're waving them through a cloud. Stepping to your right. Regain your balance to get up on one leg. Look out, world. This is a movement called rooster stand on one leg. Some folks in our group at Tribe Wellness call it the funky chicken. not the name, but it's a fun thing to say. You get to lock up and kick. And then we get some great weight shifting here, forward and backward. Pressing forward again. Sitting back and floating the palms down a bit. Pressing forward once again. We're going to do it to the other direction. Separate your hands towards the restaurant. Reach out and pull back towards the hip. Press the left wrist forward. Sit back and float the palms down. Shift and press forward. Crossing wrists here, face the front. Lower down. How about one more time through? Third time's a charm. Hopefully you see that what our friends from Hebei Chinese martial arts were demonstrating, while that was very difficult looking earlier, hopefully you see you can all do this stuff. Those of us who are active in Chinese martial arts know everybody can do it. That's the beautiful thing about Tai Chi. And with practice, you can get better and better, no matter what's going on. Face the front here. Then press the right wrist forward. Sit back and float the palms down. Press forward. Do the same thing to the other direction. Gather the ball. Separate your hands and reach out. Pull back to the hip. Press the wrist forward. Sit back and float the palms down. Shift and press forward again. Face the front here. Cross wrists. Lower down. Three usually seems to be a pretty powerful number, but I just feel like we're catching a groove here. And I'm hopeful, what do you say, one more time through? Maybe one more? How about a round of applause if you want to do it one more time through? All right, the people are cheering for you, Master Jia. They want to learn.
Thank you.
Here we go. World Tai Chi Day. We're running the Yang style 10. Starting out with repulsing the monkey. Press forward and pull back on each side. Stepping to the left, you can brush the knee and palm strike. Turning to the right, you can brush the knee and palm strike again. Gather up the ball here so you can part the wild horse's mane. Do it again towards the street. Face the front. Here comes cloud hands. You'll start moving to your left, waving the arms. And then we'll change directions, moving to the right, waving the arms. Here comes a good balance challenge. Rising up on one leg. Other side. And then we'll starts rocking up and kicking on each side. Here comes the last big portion of the form, grasping the stairs tail. Pull to the hip, press the wrist forward, float the palms down as you sit back, and shift forward and press forward. And sway the other direction, and do it on the other side. Separate, reach out, and rock back. Press the wrist forward. Float the palms down. Press forward again. Face the front here, crossing wrists. Lowering down. That is wonderful. Gather up some fresh air, fresh energy here. You all look beautiful doing it. I wish you could see it from looking at the whole group. And you will be able to if you look at our YouTube page later today. A sign of respect. And how about a big round of applause for Master Jia, hailing from the Hebei province. And if you like what you're doing today, you've got a few options. We're going to do some more here in just a moment. But you got a few options. One great option available to you, if you want a dedicated, consistent practice, you can stick around after and talk to Master Jia, or you can talk to anybody wearing a shirt that looks like this, and you can join him at the Hebei Chinese Martial Arts Institute in Richardson. They've got very approachable classes. Also, you can come here a lot of Saturdays, not every Saturday, but a lot of Saturdays. My name is Dr. Mike Rach. I'm a physical therapist. I've been running groups here on Saturday mornings at 8 a.m. This is the 8th year of it. And I got to tell you, when I look at the weather we've got today, and I look at the size of the group, things have changed over that time. I was telling Joy, who's the wonderful park director here, I was telling Joy earlier, the first year we did World Tai Chi Day, I was here, it was 45 degrees at 8 a.m. There were 4 of us, and we were going, yeah, this is happening around the world. And over the years, it's grown a little bit, and we know the pandemic is still happening around the world, but even the last couple of years, we've had the option to continue online. But I got to tell you, it's so cool seeing real people in real life gathering at this beautiful park. So, as the name indicates, today is World Tai Chi and Qigong Day. So you were just doing some Tai Chi, now we're going to do some Qigong. And you might say, well, what's the difference between Tai Chi and Qigong? And for a lot of people, the difference is very minimal. For a martial artist, one of the key differences, there's no fighting application to Qigong movements. But both are great forms of action meditation. If you want to start a debate with a martial artist, you can ask them, hey, what style or martial art came first? And that'd be a great way to see some really heated opinions come to light. It's thought that Qigong predates Tai Chi, but who knows? We're going to do some simple movements. Some of these movements have even been found on cave drawings. I've got pictures from an archaeologist group that found them in a cave in China. It's crazy. So we know there's value. We know people have been doing this a long time. We're going to do a simplified version of a set of movements called the 8 Pieces Brocade, and I'll warn you, some of you might have known this. Some of you might have experienced this. As my original teacher, Shige Martin Ware at the Academy of Kung Fu and Tai Chi in Ohio would say, there are a lot of ways of doing it, and everybody's right. So if it's different than how you know it, don't sweat it. But let's get started here. We're going to get the feet about hips width apart. Soften the knees a bit. Tilt the pelvis back. Shoulders back and down. We'll stretch the crown of the head up and round out the arms. So this is just a relaxing set of movements. We're going to do some deep belly breathing through all these movements. As we start breathing in little by little, we're going to start scooping the palms up to shoulder height. When we get to shoulder height, let's start flipping the palms up. We'll reach up overhead. And as we reach out, we're breathing out, lowering the arms down. So it's nice and easy. Breathe in as you scoop up. Reach up. Reach out and breathe out. We'll do this a couple more times. Think of it as sipping the air rather than gulping it. The slow, deep belly breathing that we use in Tai Chi and Qigong is really helpful for reducing a big stress hormone called cortisol. This time, let's just scoop up to shoulder height and then lower the palms down to the belly, just below the belly button. That's our first one of these 8 pieces. The second we'll do looks a lot like an archer drawing a bow. The hand movements we'll do are simple. I'll mirror you, so I'll call this my left hand, even though I know a lot of times it's my right. Sometimes I get confused from mirroring people. But we'll cross wrists here. We'll bring the right hand in close to the body, left hand out in front. We're going to point the left hand towards the restaurant. You can point the palm. We're going to sit back here, pulling the right arm across the chest like you're drawing a bow. We'll come back to the middle, facing the front, crossing the wrist. Let's do it in that same direction 3 more times. Point towards the restaurant. Shift your way back, sit back and draw the bow. Shift to the middle, crossing wrists again. You want to get low? That's good. Let's do it again. Drawing the bow. What I hope you're seeing here too when you look around at our group is we got people from a variety of ages, a variety of backgrounds, which hopefully shows you this is a pretty approachable form of exercise. Let's bring the left hand in close now, right hand out in front. We're going to do the same thing, but we're going to point towards the street. Point towards the street, sit back and draw the bow. Cross wrists and face the front. Do it again. Keep your head up, keep your back up. Drawing the bow as we breathe out. Back to the middle, breathing in. I get to use things like Qigong and Tai Chi in my clinical practice as a physical therapist. I get to use them to help people work on balance and coordination. And a lot of the postural problems that come from living life. Let's reach out, breathing in, lower down, breathing out. That was the second of the 8 pieces Brocade. Number 3 is a cool one. Earlier you did this posture holding the ball, where you had one hand at about belly button height. You have the other hand under the chin. It's like you're holding an imaginary ball. We're going to take the bottom hand here, and we're going to start breathing in as we scoop up. We're going to flip the palm up, and we're going to press one hand straight up and the other straight down. Straight up and down. Let's lower the top hand just below the chin. Palms face each other. We'll get the other side. Scoop up, breathing in, flip up. Press straight up and down, breathing out. Lower the top hand, palms face each other. Breathe in all the way up. Look up, press apart. Lower the top hand, palms face each other. We'll do a couple more of these. Breathe in all the way up. Straight up and down. Some people think that doing Tai Chi and Qigong helps to open up different pathways for energy to flow through the body. That's the Eastern view of it. From Western science and healthcare, I can tell you there's no form of exercise that has been more heavily researched than Tai Chi and Qigong, and validated by research for helping a whole slew of conditions. And I think you can feel that. I think you can feel how if you had achy joints or arthritis, this kind of movement would preserve function in your joints, but it wouldn't flare up a bunch of pain. Let's bring both hands up to shoulder height here, and then we'll lower the palms down towards the elbow. All right. The next one, let's bring our feet together. Bend the knees a bit. Palms down towards the floor or ground, depending on where you're standing. Fingertips in towards each other. Head up and back up. We're going to start rotating our palms, turning the fingertips out and squeezing the shoulder blades back. And now that we've got that motion down, we're going to, with trying to keep harmony of the fingertips and your chin, we're going to turn the chin one way, we're going to turn the chin the other way, and we're going to coordinate it with our breath. It sounds crazy, but somehow we're going to pull it off. So here we go. Deep breath in. Let's turn towards the restaurant. Squeeze the shoulder blades back. Face the front as we breathe in, turning the chin into the front, turning the fingertips in towards each other. Same thing towards the street. Turn those fingertips out, chin turns towards the street, squeeze the shoulder blades back, back to the middle, breathing in. Turn towards the restaurant again, breathing out. Back to the middle, breathing in. Towards the street again, breathing out. Back to the middle, breathing in. Reaching out, nice deep breath as we reach overhead. Lower it. That was number 4 of our 8 today. Number 5, a lot of people do it differently. What we're going to do today is get the feet really wide. And kind of like an old Janet Jackson dance video, we're going to bend one knee and put our hands on our thighs. You can kind of imagine Janet doing a little shit. Anyway, we'll dip down towards the straightened out leg. We're going to turn in towards the bent knee. Rise up nice and tall. Stick your chest out. Head up. Sit back onto your right leg. Dip down. Turn in. Rise up. Sit back on the left leg. Dip down, turning in. Rise up nice and tall, head up, back up, shoulders back. Other direction, sit back, dip down and turn in. Rise up. Let's get one more on each side. We're starting to get into a groove here. Turn in. Rise up. Sit back. Get we're going to reach the arms overhead, stepping in. Lower down. This next one we're going to do looks kind of crazy and it feels kind of crazy, but we've got a big group. So it's not as crazy when everyone's doing it. When I first started teaching here at the park, it was just me looking kind of crazy, so I'm glad you're all here. Get the feet about hips width. Palms just below the belly button. We're going to reach around the low back and make a nice tight fist with each hand, gently tapping the low back, tapping down the sides of the legs, and folding forward. We'll open the palms at the bottom, clapping the inner part of the low legs, clapping under the tops of the thighs, standing up. That's fun, right? Let's do it again. We'll reach around to the low back, tapping away, tapping the sides of the legs. This is one that different schools do differently. So if you were to hop on YouTube, you'd probably see 100 at least different versions of it, but this is how I was taught and how I like to do it. Let's keep going. Holding forward. It's like you're giving yourself a little massage on the side of the legs. How about one more? Just one more. You can see how if we're doing this on our own though, in front of a big group of people, it would look a little nuts. But as a group, behold the power of Tai Chi and Qigong, right? Beautiful. Nice deep breath. This next one is the only one of this set that really feels kind of martial artsy. We're going to punch across the body from one corner to the other. And in a lot of internal arts, there are different types of pivots that you do. I feel like most students normally know how to pivot on the forefoot, the front of the foot. In Tai Chi, often though, we pivot on the heel with the toes up. We're going to do that. So what I want you to do first is just to get a feeling for the punching. Let's make nice tight fists. Pull them not just to the hips, but slightly behind. And why not start out here with your left hand punching across the body to that corner. Punch across, keep your head up, keep your back up, and then we'll do this fancy grab motion and pull back to the hip. Then go to the other corner, punching across, keeping the head up and back up, big grab motion, pull, and we can turn the body with it. There's a great concept in Tai Chi which is alignment, shoulder, hip, and often one foot. We're going to pick up the toes on the side we're punching with and turn in. So your hips, your chest, they're all pointed towards that corner. And you might say, well, what are we doing? You'll get it, don't worry. So here we go. We'll face the front. You want to sink a little low. If your knees feel up to it, have at it. Tight fists, head up, back up. Left toes up, turn in, punch across, head up and back up, grab, pull back, facing the front, breathing in. Other direction, punch across, grab, pull back. We can try to breathe out the whole time we punch out, and breathe in the whole way back. Out. Good. In. Out. In. Out. And reach overhead, breathing in. Lower down, breathing. That was number 7. We got one more. This next one, we're going to rise up onto the toes and slowly lower down. The hand motions we're going to do, we're going to reach up to about the base of your chest and then turn the palms down and lower down. That's not tricky individually, but when we put them together, it gets a little dicey. So take your time with it. Here we go. Rise up, breathing in, palms down, lower down. Breathe in all the way up, out all the way down. In, out, in, a nice deep breath, releasing out. Let's do 2 more of these. As our honored guest, Master Ja, likes to say, fresh air, fresh energy coming into the body. Whole body feeling happy and healthy. All organs feeling fresh. I want to close out with you today with just a quick moment of celebration, which is this. This is a proclamation from Mayor Eric Johnson, and what he's calling today throughout the city of Dallas, what you're participating in, is not just World Tai Chi Day, but since it's the Dallas version, throughout the city today, April 30th, 2022, has been proclaimed Dallas Tai Chi Day. So, hopefully you're glad, thank you, that's great energy. Hopefully you're glad you joined in on it. And as part of that, we know Dallas is part of the world, we're all citizens of the world. We know a great thing about Klyde Warren Park is with all the different programs here, people from all over have a central location to do something positive and to connect with each other and build community. We know there's never been a more important time to try to be positive and build community and help each other feel good about life and the living of it. So let's just take a moment here, trying to develop some internal energy. Get your feet about hips width. Soften the knees, shoulders back. Let's draw the wrists up to shoulder height. You can focus your eyes off in the distance on something, or you can close your eyes. But the best way to cultivate positivity, in my experience and in my mind, is to cultivate peace within. First, let's just do some slow, deep breathing. Try to feel the stomach expand outward as you breathe in. Try to feel it just soften, falling back as you breathe out. I want you to think about one thing that you felt was really cool that you've done today, or you feel really proud of that you've done today. Just take a moment to think about how that feels and how that energy feels. My challenge for you now is as you go out into the world from this class, try to think about one way you could share that feeling or that energy with somebody else. Because that way we can all try to make a little bit of a difference. Stand tall, give each other, and when we practice, a sign of respect. Thank you all for coming. Thank you, Master Ja, for showing your way to folks. Thank you, Joy and Klyde Warren Park, for letting us be here yet again this year. And thank you so much to our emergency tech crew, Lloyd and Colette. You're our heroes of the day to share this all over. Give everybody a round of applause for great work. Thank you. And again, if you want to do this again, we do this a lot of Saturdays at 8 a.m. The info's on the Clyde Park's website. But you can do it more frequently and with one-on-one or small group instruction with Master Jia by contacting him or the Hebei Chinese Martial Arts Institute. Thanks, everybody. Take care.